Have you ever wondered about the significance of the Kurukshetra war, a war that raged for 18 days and changed the course of Indian mythology? This epic war, a monumental clash between righteousness and greed, was fought on the fields of Kurukshetra, a place forever etched in the annals of history. In the heart of this tale are two families, the Pandavas and the Kauravas, bound by blood but torn apart by a thirst for power. The Pandavas, led by the virtuous Yudhishthira, were upholders of Dharma, eager to reclaim their rightful place. On the other side, the Kauravas, led by the ambitious Duryodhana, were determined to retain the throne no matter the cost. As the ancient Indian epic, the Mahabharata, unfolds, we delve into the intricacies of this war, exploring the depths of human nature, the concept of duty, and the eternal struggle between right and wrong. As the dawn of the first day of battle approached, the air was heavy with anticipation and tension. The first day of the war saw Arjuna, the Pandava prince, turn to his charioteer, Lord Krishna, for guidance in his moment of moral crisis. As the two armies stood facing each other on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the weight of the imminent war weighed heavily on Arjuna's mind. He was torn between his duty as a warrior and his love for his kin, who now stood on the opposing side. In response, Lord Krishna delivered the Bhagavad Gita, a philosophical discourse that is now revered across the globe. This scripture, rich in wisdom, encouraged Arjuna to uphold his duty as a warrior and fight for justice. It emphasized the impermanence of the physical body and the eternal nature of the soul. The Bhagavad Gita, thus, became a beacon of enlightenment amidst the tumult of war, illuminating the path for Arjuna. With newfound clarity and resolve, Arjuna picked up his bow, ready to fight. The war horn sounded, signaling the beginning of the Kurukshetra war. The battlefield reverberated with the clash of weapons, the war cries of warriors, and the thundering of chariot wheels. The first 5 days of the war were marked by fierce battles and strategic maneuvers. Bhishma, the grandsire of the Kaurava and Pandava clans, showcased his unparalleled valor, fighting like a lion despite his moral reservations about the war. His arrows rained down on the Pandava army, causing significant damage. On the other side, Drona, the royal preceptor of the Pandavas and Kauravas, displayed his mastery of warfare. His strategic formations put the Pandavas in a tough spot multiple times, yet they managed to counter his moves with their own tactical responses. Despite the relentless onslaught from the Kaurava warriors, the Pandavas held their ground. They faced challenges head-on, their determination unwavering. Each setback, each loss, only fueled their resolve to fight for justice. The first 5 days of the Kurukshetra war thus set the stage for the epic battle that was to follow. The Pandavas, though facing challenges, remained unshaken, their determination burning bright. As we delve deeper into the Kurukshetra war in the coming scenes, we'll witness how this determination shapes the course of the war and the destiny of the Pandavas. The war escalated, leading to heavy losses on both sides. On the 10th day, Bhishma fell, leaving a significant impact on the Kaurava forces. His fall marked a turning point in the conflict, altering the course of the war substantially. Bhishma, the Grand Patriarch, was a symbol of strength and valor, and his absence left a void in the Kaurava camp. From the 11th day onwards, the war took a tragic turn. The young and valiant Abhimanyu, Arjuna's son, stepped into the battlefield with courage that belied his age. Trapped in the deadly Chakravyuha formation, a war strategy he only partially knew how to break, Abhimanyu fought fiercely, taking down many of the Kaurava warriors. Yet he was outnumbered, and in the end met a tragic demise. His death left the Pandavas grief-stricken, vowing to avenge his untimely end. This tragedy was followed by more intense battles and strategic maneuvers. The Chakravyuha formation, a complex and virtually impenetrable military formation, became a significant part of the war narrative. It symbolized not just the tactical brilliance of the Kaurava forces, but also the ruthless lengths they were willing to go to secure victory. The 14th day witnessed another turning point in the war with the death of Drona, the Kauravas' commander. Drona, a master in advanced military tactics, had been a formidable opponent for the Pandavas. His demise, like Bhishma's, shook the Kaurava forces, leading to a shift in the balance of power. As the middle phase of the war drew to a close, Karna took over as the commander of the Kaurava forces. Known for his exceptional skills and unwavering loyalty to Duryodhana, Karna was a formidable adversary. His ascension to the command brought with it a new wave of challenges for the Pandavas. Karna, now the commander of the Kauravas, displayed his prowess, leading to more intense confrontations. Despite the hardships, the Pandavas, guided by Krishna's wisdom, remained steadfast in their resolve, ready to face the trials that lay ahead. The 15th day marked the fall of Karna, a tragic but crucial event. This turn of events brought a wave of shock through the battlefield. Karna, a warrior par excellence, whose loyalties lay with the Kauravas, met his end at the hands of Arjuna. The Pandavas, upon realizing Karna's true identity as their eldest brother, were engulfed by a whirlpool of emotions. Their victory was tainted with the sorrow of fratricide. In the final days of the war, Ashwatthama, the son of Drona, sought to avenge his father's death. His night attack, a desperate and ruthless move, led to the massacre of the Pandava camp, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. The rules of the war were broken, and the sanctity of the battle was tarnished. The war was no longer just a battle. It had evolved into a personal vendetta. As the dawn of the 17th day broke, the battlefield was a site of devastation. The once mighty armies were now reduced to a handful of warriors, their spirits battered but not broken. Despite the losses, the Pandavas and the Kauravas fought with renewed vigor, each side determined to emerge victorious. The 18th and final day witnessed the death of Duryodhana, the last standing warrior of the Kauravas. He was defeated in a mace duel by Bhima under the watchful eyes of Lord Krishna. This marked the end of the epic war, a war that had lasted 18 grueling days, a war that had changed the course of history. The Pandavas emerged victorious, but the cost of the war was immense. The battlefield was littered with the bodies of brave warriors, their stories forever etched in the annals of time. The victory was not a cause for celebration, but a moment for reflection. The war had ended, but it left behind a trail of devastation and a profound understanding of the complexities of duty, righteousness, and the human spirit. As the dust settled on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the enormity of the war and its consequences became apparent. The air was filled with a somber silence, a stark contrast to the clamor of the past 18 days. The survivors were left to grapple with the aftermath of a war that had ravaged their ranks, leaving in its wake a trail of destruction and loss. The kingdoms that had once thrived were now stained with the blood of their warriors, their glory overshadowed by the weight of their grief. Yet, amidst the ruins, there was a glimmer of wisdom. The war had brought forth not just heroes and villains, but lessons of duty, honor, and the human spirit. It had exposed the stark realities of life, the complex interplay of dharma and adharma, and the eternal struggle between right and wrong. The story of Kurukshetra is a profound exploration of duty, righteousness, and the complexities of human nature, offering lessons that resonate through the ages.